Hello there, it's me again. Now I have made a start with these cube boxes anyway. I put some string through each of the box, one in the lid, and I just tied it together with a knot on the inside and one at the bottom. So I will actually make this hanging device. So I made something with 3 different kinds of boxes, and I used the lovely papers from Canvas, the Canvas company. And as you can see, here's the striped and dotted ones, and here's this lovely text paper. Big dots on top, and I cut out some gadget gears from Tim Holtz in various colors. I just made it green and red and black. So there's a difference between all of them. And when it comes to closing the lid, I felt like putting a lovely brad or something nice there. I've used 3 different kinds of brads. These actually all come in one package, so it's quite handy to use all of them. As you can see, there's a rhinestone brad there, and there's a glittery one, and then there's just one with a velvety feel to it. And I've made the boxes cohesive, and what I mean with that is I actually stayed within the same color and just chose to put the different kinds of patterns everywhere. Here's the black and white one, and I also did some die cutting with Tim Holtz's heart wings. And this is just some corrugated paper that I actually punched out, and it got a little bit flattened out, but I can live with it actually. And then I punched out the wings, and then I just ran them through a texture folder. And I also cut out a black heart, a solid one, and I just covered that one with some rock candy crackle paint. And you got those small cracks there, so I think it gives a nice effect actually. It's easy to paint with if you've got some bigger details. If I had some letters to color, for example those vintage market letters, I wouldn't have used that one because it's got a big paintbrush in it. So I'll show you. It's big as this. I mean, you can understand it's quite easy to actually paint bigger areas. And when it comes to smaller areas, I would actually recommend you to use the Ink Essentials Crackle Accents from Ranger. And I just love this product as well. One of my favorites. And what I did to bling this off was I actually found my stash of shrink plastic things. So here are some stamps from Tim Holtz, and this is just a card saying 13. And here's a little elephant. I didn't succeed with this one as well. I mean, this is quite pale one, but I'm thinking it'll do just perfectly here. Here's a lovely retro circle stamp. I hope you can see it like that. And then I also found that I had made a clock beforehand. And here's a lovely compass. This isn't actually from Tim Holtz, this is from Inkido, a Swedish stamp company. And just to go on further with the elephant theme, here's another small elephant, and just to end things off, I've got a lovely big elephant. And just one more text stamp here, which I actually stamped with brilliance on shrink plastic. And this is the saying, live the life you've imagined. And actually, that's a nice saying, really. And when it comes to sayings, I'm actually going to complete it later on when these have had the time to dry. So I'm going to use the size of these boxes, and I'm just going to shrink these and just make use of these, I hope. And there's this lovely bird cage, which I showed you earlier on in a Swedish video. Here's this lovely set of numbers. I just love this stamp. This is so wonderful. And there's a big bird there, and I'm thinking it will shrink to quite a nice size actually. And then there's a text saying wishes are the magic in our heart that cause beautiful things to happen. And this one says life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. And that's just really wonderful. I'm actually thinking of cutting these out with various Spellbinders dies. So for this one I might be using this Labels 11, I think it's called, and for this one, I think actually it was this one, I'm going to use this one, and this is Label 17, and then I'm going to use the smaller Labels 11 for this one, I think. So it'll give you a nice shape to it. And with this stamp I didn't succeed as well, but I'm hoping I'll be able to use it anyway. And this one says one of the other, I'm sorry for that, one of the advantages of being disorderly, haha, that's me, is that one is constantly making exciting new discoveries, and that's a fact. And I think I'll just end up with that. Hope you're inspired to make your own cube boxes and just make a lovely hanging thingy with it. With this I'm just going to put it in the shop just to showcase the papers. Just love these dots and stripes and everything. These are my kinds of papers actually, and I just felt like keeping this really simple. I'm not going to over embellish it. I would love to put some metal decorations from Tim Holtz and everything, and well, I'm just going to keep it simple. It's a new lesson for me today, so I'm signing off with this hanging mobile, so to speak. Bye bye.